There's a differentiation between an entrepreneur in my book and somebody that's a businessman, right? If you're importing rugs, right? If you see that there's a lack of Persian rugs in the Salt Lake City market, and you just start importing rugs from, Iran or China or something because you want to take that market, you want to capture that market. I feel like you're not an entrepreneur, right? Entrepreneurs create something,
right?
They create it typically out of their own passion. It's typically a passion project where they invent something new, they create something new, they create a new system, a new service, a new product.
What happens if the the person who's importing the rugs, though, has a true passion for Persian rugs?
Right, but they would innovate in that area then, right?
Yeah,
they wouldn't just import rugs, right? Somebody that starts a quickie mart, right? That and they work for themselves. I wouldn't call that an entrepreneur. Or somebody that's in the real estate business,
right?
Where you start your own real estate company and you're doing something that everybody else knows what you're doing. Entrepreneurship is something where,
I mean,
right?
Maybe, yeah. What if they're really passionate about it, though? I think passion kind of like plays into it.
It's not only passion; it's
an innovation. If you're innovating, like let's say you're into real estate and you figure out there's a niche there and a way of doing, being a real estate agent or whatever it is, that you can actually reduce costs and improve your bottom line. I think that's a form of entrepreneurship.
It could be. So, for example, like in real estate market, Homey, that's entrepreneurs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right? They innovated in that.
I don't know
space.
if they're doing great right now, but yeah,
right. But they innovated in that space. They an entirely different way of purchasing a home, right? Where you don't have to deal with the realtors themselves. That's entrepreneurship because you understand this, that entrepreneurship, there is no, and I think this is what differentiates entrepreneurship from starting a business, is there's no clear cut line on what to do.
Right.
It's literally chaos, and you have to navigate the space and you have to figure it out. So when you develop something new, like with Helix, or when I'm developing an innovative way to dispense electrolytes, personalized electrolyte shots for people, there's no other product that's currently doing that. There are electrolyte shots, there's electrolyte powders, but the entire delivery mechanism and the way that they're actually taking it and how it's personalized is completely different, right? You have to navigate that space. There's nothing I can look at and be like, oh, they're doing it this way. I'm going to copy this from them, this from them, this from them, and then do it this way. But with, like, for example, real estate, there's a textbook way of doing things.
Yeah.
Right.
And heavily regulated.
Yeah. So it's the same thing. Like you want to be a doctor or you want to be a lawyer. There's a textbook way of doing things. You study for the LSAT, right? You take primarily courses in, political science. That would be most beneficial. Or it could be anything, so you get a bachelor's degree, you study for the LSAT, you sit for the LSAT, and then you apply to law schools. And then once you go through law school, you sit for the bar exam. And then once that's the whole trajectory of becoming a lawyer. Trajectory of being an entrepreneur it's literally fucking chaos.
It's a mess.
It's messy.
You don't know what the hell you're doing. You're starting from ground zero.
Importing rugs is not messy. We all know the process of doing it, but what you've identified is something in the marketplace that doesn't exist and that people actually want it.